Falco versus a level 3 CPU. Now, how do you think that's going to go for AK? Well, what do you think AK's strategy is here?
I don't know. It's bold strategy, Con.
Let's see how it pays out, yeah. Oh, wait, never mind. You must have overheard us and he's actually going to play the game.
He's using the Castelia controls.
I do not get his mindset here.
And there he goes.
I think we're just too fast.
Yeah.
I think we just slowed down.
Too quick to the draw.
Or too ahead.
I'd like to point out before we get into actual gameplay, ZG is kneeling on these classroom chairs. I could never.
You do not have to call her out like that, man. That's nasty. We start the VOD and that's how you introduce this set with?
It is, what would you say that is?
I mean, it's good content, but that's like on the back of a cereal box. You don't even know this going into the match.
No, I know, but like, how would you describe it?
Just on the knees?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm a big fat man, so my knees will collapse.
I'd say that's pretty, I don't know. I don't feel like messed up is the right word.
Shut up. So we're starting things off at game 1 here, PS2. Nothing unusual here. ZG right now, pretty solid start against AKFirez. Hasn't fallen to any one of his up air strings.
Something of note for AKFirez is that his main practice partner is roommate Chumblerton, who's actually here tonight.
Revenge of the Chumblerton.
Yeah, plays Falco, and is one of the best people at dealing with AKFirez. So I'm interested to see how the matchup knowledge that he's gained from that translates into the set. So far, not super well.
Honestly, Chumblerton can really write a book on how to beat AKFirez. And
he legitimately probably could.
And people would buy it here. He'd get like at least 10 sales.
Yeah, I'd probably, actually, I would say I'd buy it, but he'd probably give it to me or just tell me how to do it.
Yeah, I would like the orthodox and unorthodox tactics of beating AKFirez. But right now, ZG doesn't need the book right now. She's doing pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Once again, not falling for those strings, but she is at mid%, and what AK does love to do is love to throw the entire Iron Forgery at you just to make sure that you aren't alive.
There
like
we
that.
go. Yeah. And now he's got to make up some of that iron.
Indeed.
Lest the, one of my favorite images of all time, babies with soft heads better behave themselves lest they end up on my pottery wheel. You gotta ZG best behave herself lest she end up on the pottery wheel.
Oh, could you imagine ending up on that pottery wheel? I couldn't.
I can. It's happened to me several times. I end up on that pottery wheel about once a week.
You put him that much? Oh, and he's out of iron too. We couldn't even do the down throw.
At least one such a week.
But he is going through the woods, so he might be able to build his strengthened AK walls. And here they are, folks, full strength.
He's still sort of stuck in the corner there, and those lasers are gonna wear down on those blocks pretty quickly.
And the one thing he can really do is build materials or get ready to assault.
Yep.
Managed to get a 1 up air out of that.
I mean, ZG's not really at % where they can, where AK can really do much on them. But the Diamond Deathmatch will take the stock, Falco being pretty light.
Yeah, that is one of the cons of that. And AK is just setting up a trap here. What is this?
This is
Think he was trying to get the
gameplay. Up tilt not taking, or up air not taking stock.
Think he was trying to go for a bounce off that block that he placed at the end to try to set up a combo there?
Very possibly, as up air actually does take the stock now. 40% deficit for ZG going into this last stock, but AKFirez starting off with a diamond. ZG doing, like as we've been saying, doing a very good job of not falling into those up tilt mill strings. We'll see if they can continue to do that. It seems like AK's going for a lot of sword and then forward air, which is another good kind of mini string that he has. Especially with Diamond, that'll do that damage will add up quickly. But speaking of damage adding up quickly, that 40% deficit is gone. It's an even game now.
Yeah. AK's playing surprisingly patient here. Let's see how he handles his edge guard. Ooh.
Good reversal from ZG, but good.
Ooh.
Oh, back air will take it.
That was a little meatier than I thought it would be, wouldn't you think?
Diamond back air is obscenely strong.
I mean, I get that it's extremely strong. He is the lobotomizer after all. But to kill that early?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a combination of factors. He had a decent amount of rage at that point. Falco's pretty light. It's Diamond back air.
What? I don't know what I'm saying, dude. I don't have to know what I'm saying. This guy thinks I know what I'm saying.
He's man-ass. He doesn't have to know what
he's saying. This guy thinks I follow some sort of code or something. It's like he doesn't even...
The point is that you break all the rules.
Rules? I don't need rules.
Exactly.
I don't even measure things. You want to know why? That requires rulers. Going into game 2 on Smattlefield. They did counterpick to music. I wonder what they're picking here.
And you know what the problem with rules is? They go all the way to the top.
It goes all the way to the top. Starting off with ID Purpose. Fire Emblem track. What's your opinion on? Yeah, id.
Because this is like the id and the ego.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. So what's your opinion on this? I'm a big fan of analyzing music counterpicks. What's your opinion on this one?
I don't know. I've seen it. It's come up in like random music selection for me a lot in my Smash career, but I don't really know it that well. I don't know a lot of Fire Emblem music. The only Fire Emblem music I really like is like, honestly, I have some. I guess it's a guilty pleasure because I'm not a huge fan of Fire Emblem as a series. But I guess the guilty pleasure for a lot of the Three Houses music kind of bangs.
Interesting.
I like the main theme, and then there's the other one that's like the Unto Heaven or something like that.
Oh,
something
yeah.
with Heaven. That's like the final boss theme for that game, and that kind of goes hard too.
The only really Fire Emblem music that I really could say that I'd counterpick to is the one for Castle Siege. You know, where it's like the main theme.
Yeah.
That one's a slap.
All right. Well, back to the game. We have a pretty even game going in towards the end of the first stock. ZG kind of getting AK back into the air, which is kind of where they want him. He's working out of a lot of disadvantage state here. I think he's going to try to plank. Yeah, he tries to plank a little bit, but ZG, knowing that he's going to plank and breaking his crafting table to try to get rid of his resources.
Let's go on the grab there. Potentially try to set something up, but ZG gets out of that. Trying to set up a comp. Trying to set up down tilt here. Just one tilt to get him at kill percent, which he is at. Just needs a follow up. Just a patient game by these two.
He's going to continue to try to plank. And backer won't be... I'm surprised we're not seeing an up throw from him at this point. I think that'll kill.
138 with Falco.
He probably knows his percents a little better than I know Steve's percents, but I feel like that up air is strong enough to kill at that point.
Oh, that minecart might do it. Oh.
Yeah, the block will do it.
Very rare do you see the block denial from AKFirez.
He'll do it. He'll pull it out.
He will pull it out, but it's not his main way of edge guarding.
No, I mean, he likes to mix it up. He's very creative with how he plays.
But most people against AK, as I noticed, they do like to go high against him.
Yeah.
Particularly to avoid that block coverage down there.
For sure, yeah.
But that's when he can throw, you know, the whole forgery at you. Or lobotomize you, which is worse.
It's definitely like you have to...
good reversal.
That is a good reversal. You have to like stay on top of your game. You have to mix yourself up a lot. Because if you have a habit, AKFirez will figure it out and take advantage of it within the set.
Yeah.
There's a reason he's the #1 here, and that's a big reason.
Is he #1? I know he's #1 in Rochester, but like, where does that extend upstate as well, or?
He's 3rd in upstate, 3rd on the last PR.
Who are the other two, like San and?
No, it was Sassy and Amaryllis. San was I want to say 6th.
We miss Sassy. Where the heck has he been?
I don't know. I don't think he's shown his face here since he lost to Prash and Nick All-Star Brawl.
Oh, jeez, you lost to Prash and Nick All-Star Brawl. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I get why you don't show up after that. That's almost said it.
I wasn't even trying anymore.
Yeah, up throw. Ooh, reflects the minecart. That doesn't do anything but a little bit of tick damage.
For the viewers at home, the joke is that Manass is taking a hiatus from saying the phrase "that's fucked up."
Hiatus is a good way to put about it.
So anytime he does it, he's forcing himself to do 10 push-ups. So my personal goal for this commentary set is to make him say it.
At least once.
At least once. I want him to do push-ups on the mic.
So right now, ZG's got to fight off their back here. Especially up against AKFirez with, what was that, 8 iron on him? He could really go all out. He could go all out if he wanted to on a full-on assault.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be worth it at this point. ZG's
Whoa!
pretty low, and they can do that.
Sends the minecart right back at him. I think that's what they've been trying to do with the reflector. They tried doing that earlier, but that was when AK was still inside of it, so no dice there.
Notably, AKFirez not really landing with Anvil because he can, because once again, that reflector will hit it back up at him, and that's just one of the funniest ways for Steve to die.
It is pretty hilarious.
ZG's been doing a pretty good job of coming back in this game. AKFirez needs to get more materials under his belt.
But they got footstool anvils, true, so. Then again, don't try to footstool ZG because that's just an up tilt waiting to happen.
Well, once you get the footstool, the anvil's true.
Yeah. But, like, you gotta get it first.
You can do it out of shield. It's pretty quick.
Oh, damn. I feel like I should know Steve more, but, like...
For being in this region, you probably should, but
Yeah.
I don't blame you for not. A lot of people don't know a lot of stuff.
Ooh.
Most of the stuff that I know about that is because, as I was talking to AK before, he was saying, like, oh, yeah, I could write an essay on just, like, the intricacies of, like, building walls.
Yeah, the AK walls.
Like...
Ooh, look
He
out!
could, but he could write an essay on, like, any singular aspect of this character, and he is, orally, like, spoke to me, giving me these essays.
Ooh! Not yet!
Solid DI getting me out of that, but, yeah, as I was saying, he is an absolute wellspring of knowledge on this character, and
here comes those resources flowing back in. Going for gold
he's
tools.
low, but he's got a diamond here, so...
Back to diamond.
We'll see what he can do with it. He's really trying to force an approach out of ZG here, which I think is the correct way to go.
Yeah.
He's just playing very defensive. That's what he needs to do.
2 minutes left on the clock. These two are just eyeballing each other down at this point. Goes for the big kill. Not yet. And here's another one. Ooh,
very nice work
charges
by
through the
ZG
flinch and
getting
steel.
around all that
Great
stuff.
setup. Was that a jumping jab from behind? That looks weird. Yeah, like he turned around and then like, I don't know, weird. Whoa! Ooh, there's minecart. Thankfully that didn't grab on.
Minute 30 left in this game. The up tilt will not do it, but AKFirez needs to land here, and he will.
Oh, watch the minecart. Nair, not gonna kill yet. Lasering off stage, maybe trying to stun the recovery here, but I don't understand just doing that so aggressively.
ZG got the crowd behind her.
Is that yet? No.
Back throw will not take it.
Didn't get the laser on the follow-up.
Yeah, when you're at a high enough percent, you can just DI away from the laser.
Now
Wow,
these two,
this
both of them are 160, and
Great
that's
hit,
going to be a
will take it.
follow-up. Woo! And that is what we call a barn burner.
That was one of the closest games I've ever seen. That was kind of incredible.
If that came a little closer, that would have been under the title of the greatest game.
That was fun to watch.
Now, there are many games that could fall under the title of the greatest game. But the greatest game is such a rare title that it should be rarely used, unless it's sarcastic.
All right,
And
so what's your definition?
Of the greatest game, two of them coming close at each other, one of them just provoking ahead, but just when the chips are down, the other one comes back up and strikes from underneath the ashes. Preferably an underdog scenario that always riles the crowd up. If you could make a movie about it, that should be described as the greatest game.
Okay. So I was thinking, like, if you had examples, because I know you're also a big sports fan.
Oh yeah, as a Bills fan, you're trying to make me say that, aren't you? The Bills-Chiefs game, divisional, if you're a sports fan, folks. That is the definition of the greatest game. Two titans going at each other, but then one of them just ends up coming ahead. Because of our stupid defense.
Well, I don't know. I figured you'd have some more examples throughout history, given your general interest in... Actually, you know what? I'm also going to not bring up the Super Bowls of the 1980s. That's also probably a good way. You know, that is a pretty good way to get you to say, oh, that's a stop.
Oh, you want me to bring up the Bills Super Bowl, huh? You just want me to get everything out of me?
Yeah.
You just want me to say that's...
I'm throwing the whole forgery at you.
I just want... oh, there you go. Nice one. I want to let you know, like, only one of those Super Bowls the Bills were in was close. The other three were very bad. This is best of 3. For those of you wondering at home, folks, for the Prowling Ground rules, winner semifinals is best of 3.
It's all the finals are best of 5. So winners finals, losers finals, and grands are all best of 5.
I know that Crouching Tigers does think differently, but this ain't Crouching Tigers.
Because we got to get home at a reasonable hour.
Indeed. We're already here a little too late.
Well, that's only 11.
This
AKFirez working with a very comfortable lead now.
Now, for all our shenanigans to talk things off with, we really didn't talk about ZG's miss to recover.
Yeah. We haven't really been talking about the game for the first half of it.
We're going to talk about trauma.
I know that the first thing AK does when he comes back from tournaments is, like, watch all of his VODs. So this is going to be a very interesting one for him to watch. Hi, Aiden. You're going to comment to me about this next time I see you, which is probably going to be sometime over the weekend, which is going to be really funny.
Yeah, he's going to be like, how'd the Bills make it to 4 Super Bowls and lose all of them? What was that?
That was an SD. That was, he was trying to catch the get up.
Those are shenanigans. That's what that is.
Yeah.
This man just showed up and blew himself up. He blew himself up with the Super Mega Ultra Super, man.
I'm glad he got me off the meta humor because we do need to continue to focus on the game.
Yeah.
You are needed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look, just finish this. Let's just finish this. So we're gonna finish this set, folks. Then I gotta hop this commentary for the time being.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop off too.
Okay. That's gonna be messed up for whoever comes up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, AKFirez got a solid lead right now, but no gold, no diamond, just the 1 iron to his name, and that's gonna
Not quite,
yet. Can he get through this and recover back to ledge? Yes, they can. Oh, but no dice because the lobotomy does come through, and ZG gets knocked out. When AK